buddy. Indeed, what is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show for you today. If you could hit the like button for us. Look at that. Is that the Power T right above? Look, ESPN's got their little, well, I got to turn the other way. Their little Road to Omaha show here. It's not bad. I was watching a little bit of it earlier. Yeah, hit the like button for us. If you're watching on your phone, grab the screen, pull it down, pop it, hit like, pop it right back up. Appreciate it. That'll be the last thing that we ever ask of you here. But hope you're having a good day, man. Brad, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Doing great, AB. We got Champions League final tomorrow. So another popcorn match, full night of MLS as well. We're hitting the international break. So we'll have some international matches next weekend or next week during the week. Another popcorn match type event. So we're excited to be here and cover the sport.
Little popcorn match. Ready for it? That was a terrible accent. That is an awful way to start your Friday. Dude, look. All right. So I shaved yesterday, and I hate the day, like the first 24 hours when you shave. Like, yours looks good. My face looks extra fat and like a, like a
Mine
kid.
gets so fat.
I know. Like, I need a little scruff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, age is hard.
It is. You know what's not hard? Making bets. Let's look how we did yesterday. Oh, wait, it is hard. All right, we went 1-3 yesterday. My God, Oklahoma softball. Jesus Christ. Brad, did you see this?
I missed it.
Okay, so it's the Women's College World Series, okay? Opening round started yesterday. Tennessee Lady Vols taking on Oklahoma. They won 4 in a row national championships, okay? This team is whatever. So in softball, they play 7 innings, okay? Tennessee's up on Oklahoma 3-1. In the bottom of the 7th, Oklahoma is at bat. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, Oklahoma hits a 3-run walk-off home run, wins 4-3. Oh, my God. Like, just unbelievable. Like, just unfriggin' believable, man. Unfortunately, like, we had them, but Tyrese Halliburton, it was just a no-show last night. Knicks handle their business against the Pacers, force a game 6 in Indiana. And let me tell you this, Indiana, all right, you effed around. Don't let New York win game 6. Don't do it. Don't do it. See, you know what? I'm all New York now. Like, I'm pulling for them. I hope they pull it off. This is what you get for screwing around. This is what you get. All right? I hope New York wins game 6. Now, I don't know if it's going to matter in the finals because it looks like Oklahoma City's got just a stranglehold on the league. And they're resting. They're chilling. But Indiana, you're going to find out. All right? You got a chance. When that snake's in the yard, you cut that damn head off. You don't just, I'm going to go look for something. Let me let it out of my sight. Okay. All right. Now it's in the house. Now it's in the house. The kids are screaming. The wife's yelling. And you don't know where it is. Have fun with that. So we'll talk about game 6. But, yeah, Indiana didn't show up. Well, let me say this. Let me take a step back. Shout out to New York. They did show up. Big time. Right out of the gate. Came out firing and did not stop. Hell of a game plan. Executed it. That was a big win. That was a big win for New York. All right, now, the Howie Schwab Group Play of the Day. We have no NBA tonight. But we haven't even addressed. Today is Christmas for everyone who likes college baseball. All right. Game 1 of the regionals today. All 64 teams in action. 32 games, 16 host sites. So your crew play of the day is this. Overs. You go on TCU, USC over 9. West Virginia, Kentucky over 10. Miami, Alabama over 10. Kansas, Creighton over 10. Polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show, and we'll definitely talk about that. We'll definitely talk about college baseball because you know what? In your feeds right now, look at graphic, it's sharp. All right, we've got 3 shows in your feeds. All right, the road to Omaha. Number 1, if you've never bet college baseball, all right, and you want to know how to do it, that's your show right there. Number 2, regional picks. All right, regional game-by-game picks. Me and John Bowman. And then regional picks. All right, me and TJ Parker went through it. And the top one, me and Greg Mattson, California Wagers. So we've got college baseball videos all over the board. You are ready to go today. All in your feeds, all on the front page of YouTube. Just go to @DrivingTheLine. You'll find every one of them. Okay. Now, let's get in our plays for today. All right, Brad, throw it over to you first, buddy. What we got?
Yes, sir. We're looking at an MLS play on Saturday night, headed to Florida again, but specifically this time we're going to Orlando. Orlando is taking on the Chicago Fire. We're going for that over 2.75 at -140. I'm surprised they're allowing us this 2.75 once again, especially when you dive into these numbers. Orlando, their scoring team, they've scored in 90% of their last 26 at home. They actually have the 3rd most total goals scored in the entire MLS this season. They've hit over 2.5 goals coming in, trending at 8 of 10 at home. They're at home today, and including 27 of the last 39 league matches, which is 70% during that time span. So they're a regular over 2.5 performer, and then they come home and they do it even better. They've also hit 8 of 10 matches have had one team find 3+ goals, which is very important when you're looking for this total. And they've taken on a Chicago squad away from home, who has the 3rd most total goals of any team in the MLS right now. And that's goals scored plus goals conceded, total goals. They're a scoring team, 83% of their last 29, but they're a conceding team, 36 of the last 41. That's 88%. They regularly concede. Greg Burkhalter, their coach, former United States men's national team coach, heads them up. He plays some open football. He doesn't necessarily want to keep a clean sheet, and you can see that in these numbers. They've also conceded in 21 of the last 22 away, 96% away from home, and they are a 1.93 conceded per match. So it's regular conceding. Then you look at this matchup history, even better. Both teams score 4 of 5, but 7 of 10 with Orlando at home. 3 of 5 to the over 2.5, but 5 of 7 with Orlando at home, and 4 of 6 to the over 3.5 with Orlando at home. And I've been saying it throughout this entire pitch. Orlando at home, over 2.75 Asian total, -140.
-140 indeed. Well done, Bradley. All right, now, I'm on the Braves team total over 5.5 +125. Now, Matty Boy in the chat has got it right here. The team total, the number is 4.5, but it's juiced at -140. So I moved it up a run. Again, I totally understand needing 6 runs in a Major League Baseball game. It's big to ask, but I'm rolling with it. Give me the plus money. I'll take +125 there. All right. Reds and the Cubs over 8.5. We'll talk about this, but this is just a solid weather baseball game. This is a classic Cubs-Reds game. All right. Well, Reds-Cubs, I should say. It's in Chicago at Wrigley. It's just going to be beautiful. It's going to be a nice day. Good pitching matchup. Both teams to tee off. It's going to be nice. And then we're going to take West Virginia and Kentucky over 10 at -115. Okay. Now, we've got those 3 there. But that's not it. All right. If you want regional winners, okay, Florida State to win their regional, -110. Oregon State to win their regional, +105. UC Irvine to win their regional, +310. Clemson to win their regional, +135. Arkansas, Oregon to win their regionals, -105. Texas and LSU parlay to win their regionals, +105. North Carolina and Vanderbilt to win their regionals at +110. Oh, I'm sorry, Bradley. Did you say that you wanted more picks for today? Because here you go. UCLA money line, NC State money line, -125. Duke money line, Clemson money line, +125. Nebraska money line, +200. Louisville money line, -125. Wake Forest, Cincinnati over 12. All right, -115. Kansas Creighton over 11.5, minus 115. Miami, Alabama over 10, minus 115. So those are the plays that we had there. Pull that down. We're good to go. Yeah. Big Brian Liberati. First off, good to see you. Second, load it up, boy. Load it up. Now, I do suggest everyone build themselves just some breakdowns of what you have. I explained it in the baseball show yesterday or actually the afternoon show yesterday. Let me show you that you want to have your picks broken out by day. So you see, I have on Friday, I haven't added today's yet, but you also have regional winners because you're going to run into on Saturday and Sunday, not only to keep all your picks on track, but you're going to use your regional plays as back pocket insurance against the books once we get to basically Sunday. All right. So you don't want to be betting against yourself of what you have, because I'll give you an example. We've got Florida State to win the regional. So if Florida State wins Friday today, and then Florida State wins Saturday, all right, that means they're going in to Sunday, championship day of the regional, 2-0. So the way tournaments work is still elimination. Whoever comes out of the losers bracket is going to have to beat Florida State twice. All right. So if we get to Sunday, Florida State's 2-0. We've got Florida State to win the regional at minus 110. Essentially what that is that turns into, we have Florida State money line in both games. All right. And the money line is going to be minus 300. We've got it at minus 110 already locked in. So you don't want to be betting against yourself, and we'll go through it on those days. We'll start tomorrow on Saturday. We'll definitely be on it on Sunday of how to use these numbers against the books, because I mean, you could bet Florida State twice if you want to, and we're just using that as an example. I'm not saying that they're, knock on wood, guaranteed to get there, but you don't want to be betting against yourself, and you don't want to, wager twice on a game that you already had. Okay. So we could play team totals. We can play totals. We can play overs. We can play unders. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll play the team total on the opposite team. So we can hit both. We can get the team total, and we have insurance, and we already have the money line in hand. So I'll show you how to do it. John Eccles said AB loves Powerade. Hey, look, Powerade Blue. I'm telling you, I like Powerade more than Gatorade. I do, but I love Gator Lights. I absolutely love Gator Lights. I like the extra salt. Moss says, AB, does this card mean I can come in with 10 pick? Yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Let's get to it here. Andrew White. AB, thoughts on adding Tennessee to the UCLA NC State money line to juice it to plus money? I like it. Tennessee's throwing their ace, Liam Doyle, tonight against Miami of Ohio. I mean, knock on wood, but they should handle their business. And it is a monster hitting day in Knoxville. Tizzle, AB, I know we don't typically do this, but I'm able to bet on strikeouts and hits, runs, and RBIs for most of these games. If there's any hitters on Tennessee, Andrew Fisher. Or any school that you would target. Andrew Fisher. That dude gets on base. Let me say this. That dude's gotten on base in every game this season. Not kidding. Like, he's an absolute monster. Hunter Inslee as well is another guy for Tennessee. Inslee has stepped up. He's got Tennessee's got a lot of sluggers that can go, but if you're going to go hits, runs, and RBIs, Inslee and Fisher are your guys, because they not only get hits, they not only hit bombs, but they just get on base. So you can, you could take, if you got an over 1.5, I don't know what the numbers are, but if you've got an over one, you could get that in a half an inning. You know what I mean? Because they could get a hit. Like Inslee could get a hit, get on base, and Fisher could drive him in. Fisher could get a hit and the RBI. Inslee's got a hit and the run. You see what I'm saying? So if I were going on Tennessee, I would play Inslee and Fisher. Okay, so let's jump into. I'll tell you what. Let's go soccer first, because we've got a ton of baseball, and I want to break it up. So I'm going to throw it over to you. Apologies, I don't have graphics for it, But you've got MLS games and we've got all kinds of stuff. So look, I'm just going to toss it to you. You let it rip, my boy. What you got?
Well, honestly, we should just go ahead and talk about what's on the board because it's the biggest match of this weekend. It's arguably the biggest match of the entire season. It's the UCL final, the Champions League final on DTL. UCL on DTL. Let's go. Well, what you really need to know about this fixture specifically, it's a really difficult one to predict, and it always has been historically. You can take a look at these numbers if you want to. Both teams are going to blow you away with their production. You've got Inter Milan on one hand, who scored in 54 of 61 competitive matches. That is 89%. 9 out of every 10 they find the net. They're also conceding lately as well, trending in that 75% category, 73%, 19 of the last 26, which is really surprising. They're hitting the over totals as well. PSG, they scored in 59 of 63. 94%. So above, it's almost 95 out of 100 matches that you're going to see PSG score. That is regular frequency scoring. They've conceded now in 52 of 71. That's 73%. Both teams conceding almost 3 out of every 4 matches, scoring in about 9 out of every 10 matches. So that looks like a BTTS dream, an over dream, because both of these teams hit the overs. You have Inter Milan hitting over 2.5. Frequently as well. PSG hitting over 2.5 in 74% of their matches as well. And they trend the BTTS or over 2.5 when they hit the BTTS. But we need to take a look at the last 6 Champions League finals to help give us an idea of what we could expect. On the surface, every single team coming into this Champions League final has historically looked like they're going to score. These are the top teams in the world. But in 6 straight, we've had both teams to score no come in and under 2.5 goals come in. And you can see that each individual matchup through the last 6 years. Dortmund and Madrid, 0-2. Liverpool, Madrid, 1-0. Man City, Inter, 1-0. Man City, Chelsea, 1-0. PSG, 1-0. Tottenham, Liverpool, 0-2. So before you look at goals, even though it looks like for sure maybe these should come in based on these recent figures, you need to know that when it's a final, the stakes are elevated. Teams play differently. You just won't see that same Inter Milan team. You won't see that same PSG team because one goal can really be that crucial difference in what happens. So be careful with your Champions League bets. I'm not necessarily sure, again, where this goes. It kind of looks like PSG is the better squad. But when you look at the squads individually, PSG is a very young squad. They're averaging between 23 to 24 years old per starter in the starting lineup, whereas Inter Milan experienced a lot of vets, not necessarily the most talented team in the entire world, but a really solid team, well coached, good fundamentals, good formation, and some really dynamic people in certain positions where it really, really matters. And they've been very, very tough to beat. So I don't know what happens. You look and say, all this goal scoring production, and both teams' scores at minus 135, and over 2.5 is at plus 100. So you ask yourself, why in the heck would that be? And that's because 6 straight finals have hit under 2.5 and hit both teams to score no. So with your Champions League bets, be very, very careful this weekend. And that's all my final thoughts.
Brad, you're a beauty, bro. An absolute beauty. Now, I just saw on the bottom ticker here. All right. Massimiliano who's the coach of AC Milan? What's his name?
Massimiliano Allegri just took over.
Dude, that first off, okay, look, I think Italians have the best names. They just flow so well, right? Say his name again. What was it?
Massimiliano Allegri.
Dude, that's just a great name. It just, look, when you end your names, all right, with a vowel, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Millsy, Tennessee team total is at 9.5, minus 110 to the over. Yeah. Yep, do that. Do that. They're going to come out on fire. Now, I can't predict the rest of the year or the rest of the postseason, but tonight, yeah. In the chat, Matty I said, we had shown the blue Gatorade, right? And he had said purple or blue Powerade. I'm sorry. He had said blue. The purple Powerade is fire. It is. I got one of them too. Purple is fire, dude. Absolute fire. Peggy, good morning. Good to see you. All right, let's jump into Major League Baseball, and then we're going full college baseball here. All right, our most fun game. And yes, real quick, follow Bradley here on all of his spots. X at Brad Betts Footy, YouTube at Brad Betts Footy, and Dub Club, Brad Betts Footy as well. Follow our man there. Okay, let's go to Major League Baseball, and then we're going massive college baseball here. Our favorite game, buddy. Home runs. Home runs. Where are we going today? All right, Corbin Carroll plus 285. Matty Olson pictured there plus 300. Saya Suzuki of the Cubs plus 400. Juan Soto of the Mets is today the day plus 425. Jose Ramirez, the Guardians, plus 550. Bradley, throw it over to you, buddy. Where are you going?
You know I got to go. It's a big soccer weekend. Jose, 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 Jose. Give me the switch hitting miniature size baller, Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians.
There we go. I like it. Even tank that Powerade just for you. All right. Jose, 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 Jose. I'm going Matty Olson. Plus 300. Love it. Braves have an excellent hitting day ahead of them today. Big Tony's going Tony Grisham. Or Trent Grisham. Plus 350. I like Suzuki of the Cubs. I like Corbin Carroll. But I'm going to go Matty Olson. Got that Braves red on. Whoo, my boy looking good. All right, now let's talk about weather. We've only got a couple games here really to break down. Like we said, Reds and Cubs. Look, there's nothing special, but it's just beautiful. All right, 70s, feels like 70. No rain, sunny, wind blowing out to right field. Just a solid day, man. Like, can't complain, can't expect anything but greatest there. Red Sox and the Braves. Going to be a nice one. Tonight in Atlanta, temperature 70 degrees, feels like 70 degrees. No rain. 12 miles an hour blowing out. Red Sox and Braves all day long, baby. All day long. Matty Olson, let's get one. Then finally, the Yankees and Dodgers tonight. 70 degrees, feels like mid-70s. You're going to have humidity in L.A. tonight, all right? No rain, wind blowing out, 7 miles an hour. Solid day, both on the Yankees and the Dodgers side. So if you're somebody who likes Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. Look, we didn't even mention any Yankees or Dodgers because I just wanted to lay it out. And there are excellent hitting spots, obviously, for all those guys. My man Kirk said Armstrong, Tucker, Ellie home run. Yeah, I like that. I like the way you're thinking. Z-Money said Soto will not get hit. Soto is our Duke baseball. Juan Soto is Duke. That's a T-shirt right there. Juan Soto is Duke. I'm sure that Juan Soto and Duke would both sue us. But you know what? We're undefeated in court. They can't handle us. We're unstoppable, Brad. Unstoppable. All right? Whether it's civil court, YouTube court, we're unstoppable, baby. And that's how baseball is going to be today. All right? Hitter versus pitcher historicals. Let me pull this up. Andrew, yeah, I do have to. Yes, I do. They owe us money. I'm trying to get it back. Matt Olson against Lucas Giolito. 13 at-bats, 7 hits, 4 home runs, and 2 walks. Jose Ramirez. All right. Brad picked a great spot today against Soriano. 10 at-bats, 4 hits, 3 of those being home runs. Corbin Carroll, 9 at-bats, 4 hits, 2 home runs. Juan Soto against Freeland, 5 hits, 28 at-bats, 4 walks, 2 home runs. Ellie De La Cruz against Colin Ray, 6 hits, 13 at-bats, 2 home runs. I mean, keep going down the list. Eddie Rosario, Marcelo Zuna. There are some hitting spots today. Kirk, you called it on Ellie De La Cruz, my boy. You are spot freaking on, brother. Spot freaking on. Aaron Judge against Gonsolin. All right, 2 at-bats, 1 hit, one of them being a home run. There you go. All right, let's invert it here. Tommy Edmond for Liddy here. All right. 6 hits, 16 at bats, 1 walk. Not bad. Bo Bichette. Man, Blue Jays went off yesterday. Well, they beat the A's 12-0. 5 hits off 12 at bats. Tuck. Kyle Tucker gets Andrew Abbott. 6 at bats, 4 hits. Lawrence Butler, keep going down the list. Gurriel Jr., Nico Horner, Yandy Diaz. Should be a good hitting day today. Let's see what we've got. Big Cheesy, good to see you, boy. Winds blowing left to right. Wrigley. Ellie has a look in Chicago. Yes, sir, he does. Yes, sir, he does. Tizzle said, AB said band means banned, as in see at the show next week. Tizzle, dude, that's perfect, man. Big Zach said Duke got banned, faded 3 times. They won game. Dude, I'm telling you, like, they're impossible. Duke is absolutely impossible. Our hitting streaks. Jose Ramirez, 21 straight games. Excuse me, 21 straight games. Do it. Say it.
Jose.
Yes, sir. Dude, this dude rakes. Absolutely rakes. And you saw he's got an excellent day today. Ozzy Albies, 14 straight games with a hit. Brandon Lowe, 12 straight games with a hit. Urias, 11 straight games with a hit. Saya Suzuki, 9 straight games. Marte, 9 straight games. Ryan O'Hearn, 8 straight games. Paul Goldschmidt, 8 straight games with a hit. Ahmad Rosario, 8 straight games with a hit. Dubon, Xavier Edwards, Curtis Lake Mead, 8 straight games with a hit. Josh Naylor, 7 straight games. And there you can see it right there. Look, overall, in Major League Baseball today, should be solid. There's some rain in pockets, right? Pay attention to it, but for the most part, today's going to be an awesome day in baseball, just across the board. All right, let's hit our picks one more time for anybody who may have came in late, and then we're going to go heavy on college baseball. So, Brad, what you got, buddy?
We're headed to Florida. Orlando taking on Chicago over 2.75 minus 140.
Beautiful. I'm going Braves. Team total over 5.5. Reds, Cubs over 8.5. West Virginia, Kentucky over 10. Also, got our regional winners right here. I won't read them all. You can see them. And then our other Friday plays that we had, they put in earlier in the week. These are all today. UCLA, NC State, parlayed minus 125. Duke, Clemson, parlayed plus 125. Nebraska money line. Louisville money line. Wake Forest, Cincinnati over 12. Kansas, Creighton over 11.5. Miami, Alabama over 10. Again, all of these games are today. Okay. Now, Brad, let's talk about college baseball here. It is the start of regionals. All right. So for anyone that is brand new, welcome in. Grab a seat. You always will have a home here. Welcome in to Driving the Line. Now, there we go. Yeah. What we like to do is we like to look at the weather. You just saw it in Major League Baseball. We like to understand the games that we have. So here is our stadium map of what we have of the home regional sites. These are the only 16 stadiums that matter now. All right. Next week, it'll only be 8. Week after that, it'll only be 1. You see it up there with the College World Series logo in Omaha. Okay, so weather today. All right, got some rain in the southeast, a little bit. Heavy winds, and I'm going to put these in context here in just a second. Okay, and humidity exactly where we want it. Again, you see where these host stadiums are. All right, we've got 2 in Oregon. Got 1 in Los Angeles, and everything else is pocketed right there. All right, exactly where our humidity is, where we want it, okay? So how it's going to work today is this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So you have all 64 teams are playing in their host sites. You're going to have, and we'll look at it here in just 1 second, but it's like March Madness. The bracket is just like it, right? Like you're going to have 2 games today at each stadium. So generally a noon Eastern game and a 6 p.m. Eastern game, roughly. All right, it's going to mix in, and we'll look at the times here in just a second. But looking at the weather, Okay. Got some rain, a little bit to worry about, but nothing really. All right. But the wind. Okay. And this is why. You see where the arrows are. That is where the stadium is, not the logo, the arrow. And the arrow is pointing from home plate to center field. All right. The direction of the field. So where are we going to find our wind today? All right. Texas, you've got some wind going out. Arkansas, blowing heavy out, 14 miles an hour and more. Ole Miss, it's kind of fighting. It's going to be blowing out to right field. LSU, kind of the same deal. Southern Miss, kind of the same deal. Florida State, it's blowing out. Auburn, it's blowing out. Vanderbilt, it's going to be blowing towards right field. Tennessee in Knoxville, blowing heavy out. Heavy. And remember, this isn't just the Tennessee, Miami, Ohio game. There are 2 other games being played there as well, or 1 other game. So you have Cincinnati and Wake Forest. You also have Tennessee and Miami, Ohio. And you're on top of a mountain. Let me just go ahead and say that. And you've got humidity, which we'll look at here in just 1 second. So Tennessee, it's blowing out. Clemson, blowing out. Georgia, blowing out. Coastal Carolina, blowing out. The wind literally works perfect today. Perfect in every spot because you have, look, it's blowing down, all right, in Knoxville, but then it's blowing east in Athens, Georgia, all right? It's blowing down essentially, well, kind of down Clemson side, all right? Blowing kind of the same way North Carolina, a little bit, not as much. You have excellent wind. And the reason I don't have the West Coast on there, all right, like I said, we've got 3 games. Oregon State, Oregon, so Corvallis, Eugene, and then Westwood, Los Angeles, Liddy area. That's what we call it, baby. You just don't have any weather. Like, there's just nothing really to be concerned about whatsoever. No wind, no rain, and really not much humidity. So West Coast, like, you're just good. All right. Now, humidity. All right. So what you want is the blue. All right. And the reason that we talk about humidity on this show is because, find this here. Every 10% increase in humidity above 55% results in roughly an additional 10 to 15 feet of carry of the baseball. If people think that we're just BSing, look at Major League Baseball. Look at these home run plays. I don't know a show that consistently does better with home runs than we do. Like, we hit Kyle Schwarber. Like, it's kind of rare that we don't hit at least one in a day. Hit Kyle Schwarber yesterday, and I mean, we only had 4 games. Right. So anyways, I'm not here to boost us. What I'm saying is that weather matters. So here's humidity. What you want with humidity is you want the blue areas. All right. Orange, yellow, that's dry air. All right. You want moisture in the air, that blue. And for an example, you see it 94% up there in the blue. Look at Knoxville. Knoxville's about 85%. So if you go back to what we're talking about, all right, every 10% increase in humidity, all right, is an additional 10 to 15 feet of carry of the baseball. So Knoxville, 85% humidity. All right. So that's an additional 30 to 45 feet. Like, I mean, you're covering half or more of the outfield here. You know what I'm saying? So it absolutely matters. Then you couple in the wind. Dude, it freaking matters, man. Athens, you have great humidity. Auburn, great humidity. Even Austin, Texas, which generally isn't necessarily known for humidity. It's hot, but it's more of that southwest dry air. You even have humidity there. All right. So I'm telling you, today is a great, great day of weather in college baseball. Look at Brad looking sharp there. Okay. So now what I want to do, and let me pull this up here, is let's go through the games. All right. And we don't have to spend every waking second on all of them, but let's talk about them because I want to highlight some games that we have. And I kind of want to just go through the schedule. So let me get this set up. And Brett, I mean, feel free, Brett, if you want to drop off, you can. Like, I totally understand. Unless you're good. Like, if you're good. Yeah. So I didn't want to just like keep you hostage. Feel free to chime in on any of these games that you might like. Let me pull this up here on the screen. 1 second. Come on, baby. Oh, it worked. Okay. So here we go. All right. These times are central, by the way. So Florida, East Carolina is 9:43 central right now. This game's in an hour and 15 minutes. You can see it there. All right. Florida, ECU, total of 13. I don't know what to do with this game. Florida's either going to come out hot or nothing. And East Carolina can hit, but East Carolina can pitch too. They're banking on their pitching. This one's fascinating to me. Binghamton, Georgia. Look, Georgia's going to handle their business here. I don't hate the -5.5, honestly. 16's a big number. But they'll give up runs too. I don't mind that one. Holy Cross, North Carolina. Look, this is a sneaky good game in terms of playing it over. North Carolina likely covers this number by themselves. Not kidding. West Virginia, Kentucky. We took this one on the over. Both these teams kind of struggled, but both these fan bases kind of know each other. This will be a fun game. I like the over 10 here. Kentucky's going to try to do it with pitching. I don't think that they can. Like, this is one of those games that once the party gets started, it's going to go on both teams. What we need in this game is to get that party started in the first inning. All right. If it goes quick, yeah, all over it. Millsy said, I got Georgia and UNC. I love them both. Absolutely. Love them both. Houston Christian in Texas. I look, Texas is going to win this game, but I don't trust them with runs. I just don't. I can't trust them. They don't score enough for me, man. I would just wait. NC State and Stetson. Look, I've got NC State on the money line. That number's low, but both these teams are going to try to win with pitching. So I just took NC State money line. I'm not messing with the total. ETSU and Louisville. That game's here in Nashville. It's overcast in Nashville. It's muggy. It's going to be warm. Total of 14. ETSU, top 3 home run hitting team in the country. And both these teams, remember, this is not a far trip for them to Nashville. ETSU is, up there in the Knoxville, East Tennessee area. And Louisville, Northern Kentucky, right? So not big. Bethune-Cookman, Florida State. That's a big number. I would probably hold off. I mean, I don't hate Florida State -5.5, but that's a big number, man. That's a lot. Yeah. There is no more run rule. Run rule's done. No more run rules. Tizzle brings up a great point. For the teams throwing aces, generally, do we think they pull guys early with a big lead or just ride them out? No. They'll try to pull them out. They'll try to get them out. Now, it's all about getting runs up early. So the faster that you could score, like scoring quickly matters for these 1 seeds. So yeah, Tizzle, they'll absolutely pull their guys. Little Rock and LSU. LSU might cover this number on their own. I'm not kidding. I mean, you see it -7.5. Playoff baseball in Baton Rouge, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. The box, God, it's awesome. I guarantee they've already started drinking. Like, there's no question that they are getting down right now. in Baton Rouge. Yeah, so yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the spread, 7.5. I know. It's crazy. Right. But I mean, LSU could handle 13 and like they'll score a lot. You're just banking on Little Rock and how much they're going to score. Next three here. North Dakota State, Arkansas. Same deal as LSU. I mean, I don't know if I would bet anything on this game. These numbers are just too high. 7.5, 14.5. It's just too much. For me, I would just hold off. I would just wait. And we'll talk about the strategy here. Tizzle brought it up, and hell, he's a former pitcher. The guy knows better than anybody. But like teams like LSU, Arkansas, if they can get up, get their starters out, work some young guys in the bullpen. We'll talk about the strategy of playing them on Saturday. Miami and Alabama, we're on the over here. I have no idea who's going to win this game. I have no clue. No idea. But I like runs. That for me, that's the only way I'd play it. I have no idea what to do with Miami or Alabama. Rue asked, what about LSU over 13.5? I mean, I don't hate it, but you're asking LSU to do all the work. Like, that's the tough part. Like, I would rather just play their team totals, probably at 9.5. Like, if you're playing an over 13.5, you're asking LSU to score at least 12 of those runs. You know what I mean? I would just play the team total at that point. TCU USC over 9. Dude, Cheesy said play the under 9. Like, yeah. This number's so low. It's so low. But it's low for a reason. Now, here's the thing, though. If we could get minimal effort. Look, let me say this. All right? And I'll pull this on screen here real quick. If you get... let me explain it this way. Over 9 means if this game gets 4-4, you are guaranteed a push at minimum. 4-4. Because somebody has to win the game. Right? So at worst, it's gonna 4-4 is 5-4. Right? It's the same thing. So if you think that you could get 4 runs from each team, you'll push it minimum. If this total drops to 8.5, that means 4-4 wins it. Because somebody's got to win the game. 4-4 is the same thing as 5-4. So, I mean, yeah, Tizzle. Scott, why? What's up, brother? Yeah, Cheesy said 3-1 TCU final score. It could be. Like, that's absolutely in play here. So that's starting the mid-afternoon games. All right, 3 p.m. Central. Got Fresno State, UCLA, total of 12. I actually don't hate this play at all. Fresno State could score. Fresno State could give up runs. UCLA, you're banking on them bats. I actually don't mind this play. I don't have it, but I actually don't mind this one. Tizzle, yes, they did. 3 p.m. Central, Western Kentucky, Georgia Tech. How angry is Georgia Tech about not hosting? And is it a good anger? And that's going to be a good game. I don't know where to go betting it. I truly don't know. Millsy, I got the UCLA over 10.5. There we go. At FanDuel last night. Nice job. Dang, you got a 1.5 advantage. Well done. Cal Poly, Arizona. I don't mind that over 10.5. Cal Poly's going to score. Nebraska, Oklahoma. I'm on Nebraska money line. We got them at plus 200. Look at that. It's been bet down all the way down to plus 135. Miami, Ohio, and Tennessee, total of 14. Andrew White, race to 5 runs, Tennessee, Vandy, parlay, minus 120. I love that play. Cheesy, do unders tend to hit more? College World Series? I don't remember. In regionals, it's a lot of overs. Let me say, regionals is a lot like the regular season on the weekend. The more you go, the less pitching teams have. And runs will go up and up and up and up. But generally, the party gets started pretty early. Wright State, Vanderbilt, 12. That'd be a fun game. Vanderbilt's got pitching. Vanderbilt's got great pitching. But Wright State can score. I mean, I've got Vanderbilt to win the regional, so we're kind of set there. I don't know what to do betting that game. I mean, Vanderbilt's going to win, but minus 3.5 is sneaky. What? Keep an eye on that game. Yeah, Tizzle. Regional's almost like the start of the season, except now the weather's hot. Bingo. USC Upstate and Clemson, 13.5. Millsy said, I like the minus 3.5 of 82. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Vandy's just got to come out and score. That game, it's kind of a race against, well, not a race, but like you got to be careful of how many runs Wright State scores. But yeah, I don't mind that. USC Upstate, Clemson. I took Clemson money line, and that's it. These numbers are sneaky. Watch out for these. We paired Clemson with Duke money line. Fairfield, Coastal Carolina. Be careful with this game. Coastal Carolina is way more pitching than they're hitting. Not that Coastal can't score, but we're used to the last 2 years, Coastal Carolina being just like massive. You know what I mean? In terms of their runs, be careful. They're way more pitching than they have been hitting. Duke, Oklahoma State. Me and Bowman are actually on opposite sides here. I'm on Duke because they owe us money, and I want to break. No, I'm kidding. I am on Duke. He's on Oklahoma State. This is just going to be a great baseball game. 5 p.m. Central here. Yeah, it's just going to be a fun one. I don't mind the over in that 13.5, to be honest with you. Central Connecticut, Auburn. I'm staying away from this one. I mean, Auburn, I think, handles their business, but 14.5 is a lot. 4.5 can be a lot. Be careful. That's a risky game there. Columbia, Southern Miss. Be careful. That's a risky one. Joe, AB swore he'd never bet Duke again. I know. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to Duke baseball. And not in a good way. UTSA, Kansas State. This number is 12.5 for a reason. Both these teams can hit, but both of these teams can pitch. Be careful with this one. Kansas State money line is a good play, but be careful. Rhode Island, Dallas Baptist. There'll be runs in this one. Millsy, UTSA money line. I don't know. I don't hate it, but Kansas State is. Millsy, I don't know. I that game scares me. Rhode Island, Dallas Baptist. There are gonna be runs in this one. I don't mind the over. Mississippi State, Northeastern. Northeastern, one of the best pitching teams, if not the best pitching team in the country. That's why you see a total of only 10. But if Mississippi State gets to Northeastern's pitching, it'll be a freak show of runs. Murray State, Ole Miss. Ole Miss money line parlayed with something is about the only way I'd go with this. Scott, is this Christmas made for you? Hell yeah. Yeah, it is. Ole Miss parlayed. That's the only way that I would go. That game. There's scary things there. But you're playing at Swayze Field. All right, Ole Miss fans are awesome. Those numbers are just They're rock solid. They're very market efficient. St. Mary's, Oregon State. I wouldn't really mess with anything here. These numbers are too high for Oregon State. St. Mary's is dangerous. Cincinnati over Wake at 115. Yeah, I like that. I'm not big on Wake Forest. I'm not huge on Cincinnati, but they're good. Cincinnati's a good baseball team. I wouldn't mess with anything St. Mary's, Oregon State. I'd be careful there. Kansas, Creighton, we're on the over. Dude, this game's going to be awesome. These teams know each other. These are two 40-plus win teams. I don't know what to do. I took the over, but that's the only way that I would go. Millsy said, yeah, I would never lay 3.5 for Oregon State. No, it's too risky. It's absolutely too risky. Oregon State has won way too many 3-2 baseball games. Matty Boy said, I feel a big day cover. I said, I don't always feel like this. Yeah, it's going to be a great day, my boy. Fantasy Life said, took Cincy. Yep. Go Bearcats. Yeah. Dude, Cincy's a good baseball team. If Tennessee slips up, watch for Cincinnati. They could win that region, man. Utah Valley, Oregon. If I were to play anything here, it would be an over. It would be runs. Tizzle said, wouldn't be shocked if St. Mary's pulls it out. I wouldn't either. St. Mary's is good, dude. Like, I'm not betting anything on that game. Anything. Because of exactly what Tizzle just said. St. Mary's is dangerous. Utah Valley, Oregon, the only thing that I would play would be, I don't have anything on it. We've got Oregon to win the regional, but Kirk said, just watch Stripes. Can't stop laughing. That's a great movie. Yeah. Utah Valley and Oregon, I'd be careful on that. Then the last one, UC Irvine, Arizona State. We're 12.5. UC Irvine money line. I wouldn't mess with the total because UC Irvine's dangerous, dude. Like, they're a lot like Oregon State in the fact that they can play tight games, they can pitch, they can hit. Don't get me wrong, they can score runs, but they're UC Irvine's a Vanderbilt type team. They don't mind playing. They play old school baseball, very fundamental. They don't beat themselves. They don't commit errors. Like, they are. They don't have to go out and score 11 runs. Like, they get to 5, they're feeling great. Go Anteaters, yeah. For me, yeah, it would be it'd be Irvine for sure. Money line. Spell dog. Kansas get swept by Cincy. Dude, Cincy's good. Like, that's the thing, man. Cincy is good, dude, for sure. All right, so that's all the games that we have, man. All right, Brad, let's hit our picks one more time. We'll get out of here. We've gone for an hour. And the games start in exactly 1 hour. So, what you got, big dog?
Got a pick for Saturday night in the MLS. We got Orlando taking on Chicago Fire. We're looking for 3+ goals. That over 2.75 at -140.
Spell Dog said, please put the picks in Discord if you could. Absolutely, got you. Braves team total over 5.5. Reds Cubs over 8.5. West Virginia Kentucky over 10. And I won't read these, but you can see them there. There's our regional winners. And then Fridays, today's games: UCLA, NC State, Duke, Clemson, Nebraska, Louisville money line, Wake Forest, Cincinnati, Kansas, Creighton, Miami, and Alabama over 10. So, yeah, I'll drop all of those in the chat. And remember, everybody, in your feeds right now, okay, we've got every single thing that you need for college baseball here. All right, the road to Omaha, how to bet it, how to approach betting tournament baseball, new rules and things to understand, and going through the regionals with our man, Big Cali Wager, Greg Mattson. All right, college baseball regional game picks. All right, with our man, John Bowman. Regional picks with TJ Parker. All of it broken down right in your feeds right there. So, all right, what a show. All right, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We got baseball all damn day. And also, we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, have a good one. See you soon. Who's got it better than us?